not township. No thieves in our area.
Thought they only put barbed wire in Toledo.
All right, I'd like to call the Board of Zoning Appeals regular meeting for Monday, September 14th, 2015 at 4:38 to order. 4:33. Oh, yeah. All right. 4:33. How about a roll call?
Call the roll. Mr. Bolin?
Here.
Mr. Schlachter?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
And Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Okay, approval of the minutes for August 17th. Has everybody had a chance to look at them?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Call the roll. Mr. Bolin?
Yes.
Mr. Schlachter?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Okay, the fourth item I put in here is there anybody that's going to speak tonight on the variance? I have to swear them in. I'll raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, to the best of your knowledge?
I do.
Okay. All right. Any new business that we need to bring up? What are you smiling at me for?
You're just good at this.
You like shit.
I'm in awe.
I'm on my game.
Yeah.
Okay. Turn this over to you to read it.
Okay.
The variance.
The subject property consists of two equal-sized parcels fronting onto Argonne Place. The applicant purchased both parcels late last year and has demolished the single-family dwelling that had occupied 4941 Argonne Place. The lot at 4947 Argonne Place is a vacant corner lot with frontages on Argonne Place and Archer Drive. Both parcels are zoned C2 General Commercial. The applicant owns the 18 parcels to the west on the opposite side of Archer Drive that make up 5080 Alexis Road and currently operates a recreational vehicle sales and service facility. The two subject lots were purchased in order to give the applicant additional space for excess inventory. For security purposes, a 6-foot-tall chain-link fence topped with barbed wire currently encloses a large section of the main lot. The applicant wishes to erect the same on the two subject lots. Section 2211B of the Sylvania Township Zoning Resolution allows a maximum height of 3.5 feet for open fencing within the front setback of a non-residential property. Section 1403 dictates a minimum front setback of 35 feet. This minimum setback would be required on both frontages, Argonne Place and Archer Drive. The applicant received a similar variance in October 2013 for the two parcels at 5728 and 5734 Whiteford Road. At that time, and due to the affronting residential uses along Argonne Place, the BZA granted the variance on the condition that the applicant plant arborvitae in front of the security fence along Argonne Place. As of this time, that variance has not been acted upon. Sylvania Township zoning staff recommends approval with condition of the requested setback variance. As the proposed fence would be that of an open chain link and the property line is set back 15 feet from the edge of pavement, staff finds that traffic and pedestrian visibility should not be impeded by the height or nature of the proposed fence. Further, staff contends that aligning the height and setback of the proposed fence with that of the existing security fence would be aesthetically preferable for the surrounding neighborhood. Staff recommends that approval of this variance be contingent on the applicant planting screening in front of the fence along both street frontages.
What was that last part? You're recommending that he does the screening?
Yes, planting screening along,
Like,
in front of the fences,
yeah.
along the street frontages.
Okay, leave that picture up there again, would you, please?
Oops. Which one was it?
That one right there.
That one?
What is that building right there?
That's a house. I believe so.
Yes, yeah, that's a house that's owned by Ken Wayner, who owns the garage right next to it. And currently, he's just using it for
What is that zoned?
Mm,
Can we look that up real quick?
those are the kids.
That Mr. and Mrs.?
Those are my daughters. I can get internet in here. We can look it up on Aries and see.
Want me to do it?
There was some hard questions there, too.
I know. Yeah,
Okay, anyway,
I can look it up on my phone.
why don't we do this?
Might be quicker.
Is there any questions from the board? We'll start with Mr. Bolin, even though.
I don't think so. I think that we've already gave him a variance there a couple of years ago for the same thing. As long as he, I think, follows through with screening in the front, I don't have any problems with it.
Mr. Schlocker, what was your question?
I just
What was
wondered
the zone?
That the house
Okay.
next to it was zoned.
What'd you know?
You mentioned that the other the variance we had given had not been acted upon.
Correct.
What was that
They
given
haven't
for?
put the fence up.
What was that given for?
For a fence and the same thing.
Same thing.
But they never
6-foot
put it up?
fence. Correct. Isn't that right? Yeah, okay.
You never put it up?
Right.
Okay. All right. Here's the problem I have, and it's not a huge problem, but I'm kind of a stickler on fences. Being how that's a residential house over there, that could at any time be put back in to use as a residential house. It's not. It's zoned for a residential house. I don't have any problem on the front two side streets. The back property, I believe, is that commercial building. I'm not. He had it there, and that's what I wanted to ask. What that building was.
Yeah, that was the old, it's auto park or auto,
Is that where the motorcycle shop was?
yes, that's the old Harley Davidson dealership.
Okay. And I don't have any. I don't have any problem with three sides of that. Okay. I have a problem with the residential side, even though he's using that for a storage. Even though you're going to plant something around there, for some reason he decides to turn that back into a residential, or use it as what it's done for. What we've tried, you're, I want to say a good customer or a good, help me out here, you know what I'm talking about, a good businessman here in the Sylvania area. But I think that side, we'd like to look at more than, I would like to look at more than just screening there, maybe a non-see-through fence. I hate to see you spend the money for what we call is it's a plastic fence that you can't see through. It's solid plastic. That's the only problem I have with that. Do you understand where I'm coming from now?
Yeah, I did talk to, Ken Weiner owns that house and also the business right next to it.
Excuse me. I think we're going to need you to come onto the podium and sign in and state your name and all that good stuff. Mr. Hayes, this is a picture of the house next door, and it is zoned C2, general commercial.
Oh, it is zoned commercial.
Yes, according to Aries.
Okay. There you go.
Which is consistent with the two parcels that he
Right.
purchased. And I assume that they were noticed.
Yeah, there would have been anybody within 200
Barbara.
feet of these two properties would have received notice.
Do you want to recap the conversation you had with? State your name first.
Yeah, James McGuire from All American Coach. Yeah, I talked to Ken Weiner, who owns both the house and he's got his own repair shop right next to the old Harley dealership. It's a brown-colored building. He owns the house, and when we basically tore down the house, he had a small older fence there, and he's worried about security also. And that's what I talked to him, and we said we'd do whatever he wanted to do. If he wanted to put up a privacy fence just on the one side, or just wanted to go with a chain link or whatever, and he agreed just to go with a chain link fence. That he's more worried about security also in his lot, and the idea with a chain link is you can see through it. I mean, the police do constantly are driving around there, and the way we have our rows set up, I mean, they can see straight down the rows, without having to get out of their car. I mean, they can basically just flash the lights down there, and that's a big advantage of the chain link. We did put the trees on there like we knew you were going to want, and the trees just always go basically at the poles, and they're like, I think, 20 feet apart type thing. So, so that still allows them to be able to see
that
straight
fence
down the
right
road.
there? Whose fence is that? That white one?
That is actually the auto repair place. That's the old Harley dealership, that white building there.
That screening is a little sparse. I thought, when we talked maybe screening last time, I thought we were going to put some arborvitaes, but I didn't know they were going to be 20 feet apart.
Well, that's how we did the other ones that are all the way down that street now. They're on every other post, and that's how we just continued on with this one. They get real big. I mean,
there's
the other ones
are supposed to be like 4 feet apart. Is where they're supposed to be planted. They give you a nice green wall, but that kind of defeats your purpose if you're trying to look in there,
Mm-hmm.
You like the line of sight for security purposes?
yes.
So, completely green row of arborvitae, possibly a
Would
negative?
kind of defeat the purpose, yeah. I mean, that would, and it seems like whenever we do have break-ins, that's where they always cut the fence, right behind the bushes. I mean, the other bushes are quite a bit bigger because they're...
Do you have a lot of problem out there?
In the last year and a half, no, but for a while, for probably 2 or 3 years, we probably had 4 or 5 break-ins a year.
What do they get in those campers and steal stuff? Down there?
Yeah, TVs was a big thing. And of course, they do more damage to the trailer than they get for the TVs.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I had a guy steal a flat screen TV out of one of my models one time. The TV was like $300, but he did $3,000 worth of damage.
that's
Getting
pretty
in and
typical.
getting out.
Yep. Sounds familiar.
So that's going to be its own self-contained lot,
Yes.
and your plan is to store campers there, just
Yes.
like you're doing here to the...
Yeah, just like in the top right-hand corner, kind of continue on with the same idea.
Where would the gate be for that?
There is actually a gate back on Argonne. Comes in right at the left end of where you can see the stone lot there.
Okay.
Is this fence up already?
No.
So what we're proposing here, what you're proposing is to put this fence up, barbed wire on the top, arborvitae's every 4 foot all the way around it.
When you say all the way around it, you want all, I mean...
Well, I don't
Street
have
side.
a problem with this side. I just had a problem with that side, but now that I see there's houses across there, and I see what that looks like out there, I would think at least in that front there, you would want to put them 4 foot along there.
There is one house right across at the corner there. Well, there is a second house there, but it's been vacant and falling in for years.
I understand
but-
the area. I'm not.
Yeah.
I just want to keep us on the same level there, or same.
Yeah, along
On the
Archer.
other hand, we've got the same thing right across the street. The same identical thing. And
So 4935 is the neighbor it's over to the east here. So is that who you spoke to
Yeah,
about
Ken
the
Wayner.
security?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, do we, even putting the black cover on the fence, I can't think of the word, but that.
Elvovitas?
Yeah, so with that case, I mean, so it is kind of defeats their whole purpose on security as well. So, what's the problem with keeping it exactly the way they have it now on their primary lot?
That's what I said. I mean, you got the same thing right across the street.
Well, they
Just
do
keep
have
them at 8 foot,
arborvitae
leave
on
it
there.
like
They
that.
do? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'll
I'm
look,
just bringing it
like
up.
he's got a point. You put them every 4 feet, you can't see in there. And I guess if he's only doing those 2 lots, and there wasn't that big lot next door that's got the same thing on it, but he's already got a business there, and he's got
But I
it.
thought they said they never put the fence up.
No, there was just a couple extra parcels you added to that.
Correct.
Big piece that
In
you had to add.
2013, Petra's Welding Shop, we purchased that, and there was a house right next to that, right in the corner of Whiteford and
That's what, you tore Petrus's welding down, didn't you?
just the house. We used the building, but just the
Okay.
house itself.
Now-
And we were going to fence
Now,
that.
exactly, I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we were going to fence that in, but we've actually used it as a used lot now. And instead of having it blocked off to customers when we're not open, we just didn't finish the fence that direction. We brought it back north and left a lot of that open.
Is the business better now that the economy's picking up?
Yes.
I mean, you probably had a tough time there for
A few years,
in
yeah.
that recession.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We've run out of space to store units. All of our units we have to buy in the wintertime. The manufacturers build them in the winter, and that's when you get your best deals. So
Well, we appreciate you keeping your business in Sylvania Township.
enjoy it there. It's been good. And then, even the lot that we did purchase 2 years ago, we didn't put the fence up. We did just end up putting sprinkler system in, all the grass there along Whiteford, even back along Argonne for probably 50 feet or something. It's got real nice grass and everything in that now. So although it doesn't have the fence and the trees, it'll always have a real nice grass. We just painted the fire hydrants. We keep everything nice for sure. So and we'll do whatever.
You've been in business over there?
40 years.
Guess you didn't start it, huh?
I was there with my dad when he opened it.
Oh,
Remember when
your
it was a
dad?
gas station? Yeah.
Your sister?
Yep.
She's a cheerleader, isn't
She was 2 years ago.
she? I see your commercial.
Hey, you can't ask
Still
them
her.
to bring the cheerleaders in. That's not. You gotta be way out of
You
line.
guys a cheerleader, what, 25 years ago? Was that,
We'll give her that. Yep.
All right.
So, let me bring up,
Excuse.
Here's a better shot there, Al.
Yeah, it took a while to
oh, that,
bring the picture up, but this is what it looks like along Argonne on the lot
Okay,
that they
yeah.
have now.
that's a lot better picture. I was wondering, yeah.
That looks pretty nice.
Yeah. It doesn't look any different than a trailer park, I guess. You've got nice grass there and them. So let me bring us up to speed here just one time what I'm thinking and make sure we're that he puts that fence up like that you have right there, and along the front side of that road he continues on these whatever feet they are apart, just on the front to be consistent with that road.
On the front of Argonne or Archer?
Well,
This is Argonne.
This is
right
our guy.
on Argonne.
Okay, right.
Okay? So it would be the front of them 2 parcels. You would do that fence and plant a few of them, whatever distance they are.
Right.
Arborvitae.
Arborvitae. And the rest wouldn't have to be anything but your fence.
Okay.
Is that the way we're all looking at this? Yes?
I am. Yeah.
You got those arborvitaes all the way around your whole lot?
No.
The big, just on the.
Just on the back side there.
Okay, yeah.
And that's going to be the thing. The other, I think it's Archer that goes out to Alexis. We were not going to put them on that either because that's going to be our access to get in and out of the.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I like the consistency.
All right, how about I make a motion?
I like that
Right.
idea.
I'd like to make a motion to approve a variance request for a 6-foot-high fence with barbed wire in the front setback for the properties located at 4941 and 4947 Argonne Place, parcels number 78-56171 and 78-56174, with the stipulation that the arborvitae plantings be similar to those on Argonne as set forth in the variance granted, whatever that date was in 2013.
Second.
October 2013. I don't have the specific date.
October 2013.
Call the roll. Mr. Bolin?
Yes.
Mr. Schlocker?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
And Mr. Miller?
Yes.
There's your answer, big guy.
Thank you.
Keep expanding.
Yep. I just read an article in the Wall Street Journal that that type of the industry is really starting to come back again. So that's a good thing, you know. Okay, I guess we're up for adjournment. Motion.
So move.
Second.
Call the roll. Mr. Bolin?
Yes.
Mr. Schlocker?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
See you next week.
All right, boys.
Next week?
Thanks, Danny.
Next month.
See you guys.
You got anything on the,
Thanks, everybody.
you got anything for October?
Hey, bud. Good luck.
Yeah, somebody turned in something today, but I can't think what it is.
See you there.